Okay, let's go through this, Gerald. Whether you can make it or not. Okay, Gerald. Gerald, are you able to make it next week for the exam?
Next week.
Yeah. 12 or 14. Monday or Wednesday?
I don't know.
Oh, you need to tell me hopefully by today if you can, because I need to order the space, the food, and everything.
Okay.
So because it's next Monday and Wednesday already, so you'll be coming. I'll be giving you a paper to do for exam. You know where's the place? Yeah, I think I sent out, right?
Yeah, it's in the WhatsApp.
Okay. So how?
I tell you later. I need to check.
Okay. How? No problem. Okay, let's go. Hello, Hanling. Are you okay, Hanling?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, good. Oh, now your camera is working today. That day was upside down.
Yeah, I finally got it to work.
Okay, let's go for this the second week of the sustainability and useful climate change. So we are looking into the homework later on that we need to complete for paragraph 1, 2, 3, and 4 and conclusions. So let's look through this one first. Okay. Right. So by looking at this picture here, I might be a bit blur. I'm sorry. What do you think these pictures remind you or tells you about climate change, sustainability, and environmental education for school? So let's look from this one clockwise. Let's say this one is 12 o'clock, and look down to this clockwise directions. Leadership and organizational commitments is one of the main. Okay, then later you tell me which one do you think is more important to climate change, sustainability, and environmental education for school? Is it got to do with leadership and organization commitments? Or is it got to do with curriculums and so on, all right? So let's talk about leaderships and organizational commitments. Tell you what you mean by that.
Leadership and commitment.
Yeah.
Or organization and commitments, it's like leadership is like what, like you being a leader to like lead your thing, and organization commitments, like if you are like creating like a organization, and then like what your organization is like aims to do and what they want to achieve, and then if you link both of them together, it's like you're the leader of the organization, like trying to lead them to fulfill whatever what goal you put there.
Thank you. Thank you. How about you, Halim?
I think like it's just important, I guess. That's all I can say.
It's important. Yeah, definitely it's important.
That's
But how important that this leadership is important to organization?
No, you can't. I can't put my finger on it. I can't say like indefinite. Oh, because this leads to this, and that's why it's important. That's like no
example. Let's say give it.
Yeah, I can't think of an example.
Scout. Let's say Scout.
Because like every single action is gonna have like someone who initiates it or like leads it.
So a leader take actions, right? Okay.
Yes.
Agree. A leader take an action. So about Gerald. What do you think about leadership and organization commitment?
I think leadership is like it's a skill. Yeah, basically it's a skill that like helps you to communicate with your peers.
Oh, so the leadership will pass out information, idea, knowledge to the next level and share with it now. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me move on to this one. Curriculum developments. Okay, let's make it bigger because I think it's quite good. So when you go around the clockwise directions, you can see that curriculum developments drawing effective on local, national, and global resources. So green skills and career, yeah, this is something that they want to advocate for a student like you to be able from young start to practice how to save environment, how to take care of environment, how to make sustainability is one of the possible way to make you that, to make sure that you understand the near future. If you don't going to have sustainability, you're going to have a big trouble. How? What trouble is going to be? Global changes like climate changes will affect your daily lifestyle or even your health. So the councils and community engagements is where people come together, set a platform and say, hey guys, I think we're going to do something about it. No, it's getting bad. The weather is getting bad. The climate changes and people are polluting the oceans and sea and things like that. So we need to have some engagement talking about it. Then once you have the engagement start off already, everyone coming to oh, okay, come. I think, yeah, it's important. We're going to set up an organization. We're going to set up a group of people. Hey, how? That's where the training for staff come in. They'll train the staff to ask the staff to learn the skill set and so that they can pass the information to the various organizations or the various community or even the various school as mentioned here, like getting people to go into the school and talk to people and make them understand the needs of next one, sustainable resources and estate management. Now, estate management is like we are talking about staying in a house, a place where we call ourselves home and provide the warmth and everything, right? But then because this sustainability resources means that are you able to sustain that kind of, now I'm not sure. Nowadays, architects like to build design buildings with a green environment in mind and make sure that, you know, on top of the rooftop, they got this like hanging garden of Babylonian, right? Like the hanging garden of Babylonians. Wow, very nice. Wow, very cozy. Like, you know, even I went to multi-story car park. Now they also plant vegetables and make the place looks very greenery. Especially if you go to some hotel for staycation, while their rooftop is like, wow, damn cool and nice, like MBS like that. Then, of course, then you're learning from the connecting with the nature. And this is the most important. You can advocate and support. Wow, I want to be environmental friendly. I don't want to make climate changes to be so serious. I want to pass these environmental issues and benefits to all the educations, to all the school. But then, are you able to link to people? And don't tell me, I didn't tell you, Angela. Don't tell me, Uncle Raymond. So you want to connect with nature, go and camp, make a campfire and camp inside the forest for 1 week and understand and appreciate the nature. Sorry, that's not for me. But there are people who really go into the forest and jungle or trek and feel about the kind of environments that the habitats are being lost or being killed off due to industrial revolution, industrializations, okay, all these things. Then, of course, then young people voice and agency. This is where you guys, you're going to start to voice it, to write a report to tell people that, hey, hello, excuse me, environment issue is very serious. No, if you don't going to take it seriously, you're going to affect the whole entire earth. You're going to kill the earth just gradually and slowly and dying a slow death. And it's so painful that people are getting all these diseases and illness. And that's one of the reasons why COVID-19 is happening. And then again, of course, you will say that young people's voice and agency, excuse me, may not be heard because of there's some blockage, there's some governments who prevent them from spreading it, or maybe the government will help, but because they are not powerful enough to carry the message. So look here, you see links to other strategies, example, anti-racism and disadvantage. And what got to do with anti-racism and disadvantage? For example, we take Africa, for example. I think Africa's and India's, to me, based on my knowledge, are the two countries that is highly polluted and highly big climate changes and sustainability issue. All right. So how are we going to advocate and help them to make sure that they can get out of these vicious cycles and make sure that they will be able to sustain the product? If one day the whole entire world is still going to be so hot and so humid and no water, how are they going to survive? You thought they're going to die overnight, mass killing or your whole thing. So we are not saying that certain groups deserve to get punishment or certain groups should be upper hand or certain group is just about mediocre. I don't care lah. 你死你的事啊，你自己自动啊，go and help yourself. No, I think in Singapore, any race who have some difficulty in sustainability and eco-friendly, we do our best to help. All right, next, setting skills and policy found on the UN's 17 sustainable. Okay, these 17 points take note. It's very important. It's like they come together. All the leaders come together to brainstorm and say, okay, guys, we need this 17 points or 17 steps or 17th itinerary to help to maintain the earth, to protect the earth, to save the earth, to have sustainability for the earth, and make sure that everyone living in this planet is able to have some good health issue, good health result. And how are we going to cut down emissions and carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and make it more green? Shall we plant more trees, or shall we change those gasolines and oils or petrols car into solar power, or even water power, or even maybe some recycle power? Recycle. This sounds very interesting, right? So guys, now you see from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this 9 cycle, I already chain out together to the way I speak, right? But how are you going to write them in words? That's what creative. How are you going to write them? So these are the words that help you to link. So you can link this one as one paragraph. This one is one paragraph. This one is one paragraph, and this one is one paragraph in conclusion. So there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and finally 5 paragraphs. Okay, conclusion. So how are we going to make sure that sustainability, it will help at the start, is where we must let the students, okay, the student leaders, like your CCA leaders, to tell and educate and inform your junior and the students who just came into school to understand this great issue. Okay, now a quick one, a quick one. You all can use this one nice circle to talk about the story. Okay, and then after that, we're going to move on to the next slides. And where's my next slide? Okay, here. Okay, let's go. Who wants to start first? So you can see just now I just chain it as one circle, and then all there's a one big circle, and outside got 9 circle. Who wants to start first? You can jump about, you can no need to follow me like that. Go around and then conclusion. But you can jump about, but of course, hopefully this one can be the last one, like conclusion. Then this is your introduction. Or if you don't want to, you can start off with others. Okay, who wants to start first? Because when you are saying something, I find that those words that you use is very good. Please write down. Okay, Tianyu, you want to start first?
Anything else?
Okay.
Give me time.
Gerald?
Wait, can you like enlarge the picture because I cannot see?
Sure. Okay, can. But because I enlarge, it might affect the rest. Okay, like that. Can I make it 150 again. This is one way to use this drawing to create an essay of your
I
own.
meant to pick 2, right?
No, you're supposed to go around the whole entire circle. Or you have to use all the circle inside here. There are 9 circles, right? And you have to change it like a story. Of course, you can write, then you talk. I leave it to you. Okay, Hanling, are you ready? Do you want to say yours?
Oh, let them say first. I'm still thinking.
Okay, no problem. Okay, while you're thinking, you can link it and use your words to write. So this is one way to test your immediate response to this, okay? If you are not sure, you can write down first. You write down. Then after that, you can give a speech to it, all right?
It's honestly like pretty like, okay, I won't say it's a difficult topic to write about. It's like everywhere, okay? It's just that there's no like in-depth about it. It's just people go schools, they talk about this for a bit, and then they just don't really come back, they don't really enforce anything. Like,
you're
even if
right.
they do end up enforcing anything, it's like really, really small, not like long term kind of thing.
Yes, you're
So-
absolutely right, Harley. You're absolutely right. But do you see, do you realize that I don't think so far, based on your knowledge and my knowledge of Harley, do you see any school really got spend one entire year just to got one topic or one subject called eco-friendly sustainability? No, why? They only just spend a couple of few lessons, BIA, CCE, that's it. And say, oh yeah, we support eco-friendly, we support climate, and we don't want to have a big change in climate change. We support sustainability. No, I realize it. There's no such thing unless you go further study like A level or you're into specialize in this particular subject. That's different. But in secondary school, I don't think you're right. Just hit and go, right? Hit and go, right? You don't have the in-depth. It's not like. But the purpose is that now we are doing this as an essay. We want to know what kind of impacts the climate change have and what are the school going to do about it. I mean, the school is, let's say imagine you're handling your principal. I don't think it's all so much about sustainability because number one, is it a core exam subject? And then if not, don't waste my time. If it's not exam subject, I'll put one side. But if it's exam subject, then I will focus, I put in the manpower, the best teachers, or even the teacher who are eco-friendly president want to come in to talk. No, I agree. It's just that we need more time to start off and slowly. But last time, Han Ling Tian, you and Gerald, Uncle Raymond don't talk about even eco-friendly. 我们连吃都吃不饱. Don't talk about say sustainability, whether anti-straw or not, Gerald. Seriously, my generation we don't care. Okay, we have straw, no straw is no big deal. Now people are very sensitive, very careful about the choice of food, the choice of things that we use like plastic or even a metal or whatever you say now. Okay, right? Okay, who wants to start first?
Honestly, I do not really understand how we gonna take it all up because like what HL said, no one really talks very in depth.
Yeah, there's no in depth. You just pick up the words there and then you elaborate or say in your own words. Get me now. That's a practice. It's a practice. Well, the weather today is damn super hot. I cannot take it. Let me on my fan again. My second fan. Oh, no water already. Want to top up water. Okay, come. Yes. Who wants to start first? Gerald?
I don't know what to say about the first one.
Never mind, you say whatever you can pick up first. Let's go.
Oh,
There's no which order it comes in. It's just whatever you can see those circle there, the words. Just link to your sentence or say make your argument.
so I just choose one.
By right, it's supposed to do all. Like just now what I did, right? I did all one whole shot. I go by this. That's the last one. So for you, you flexible lah. You choose whichever randomly. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Choose as many as you can and link it lah. Okay, let's go.
Young people voice and agency.
Okay, let's talk about this one first. Okay, then.
Having organizations such as these would allow younger people to voice out their thoughts and make a change in the world.
That's true.
Yeah, so this would let the younger generation have a first-hand experience on like things like global warming and other politics and things like that will affect the world. So
very good. Carry on.
Having these agencies could help us nurture our future generation to a greater extent.
Absolutely, yes. I think you link a good one. You need the agency to help you. You cannot just the school alone. Because the agency himself, some of them are professional people, Gerald, to do all these things. To spend what they eat, they breathe, they sleep, do all these things possible. It's just like you do VIA and CCE. If you go to the outward bound, there are this group of people, they are specialized in outward bound, right? Correct. They'll bring you there. Hey guys, welcome to the. My name is Harif. I'm here and helping you to guide through the flying fox. You get me now? So this is, yeah, you're right. There's one way of agency, correct. Carry on.
I choose another one.
Yes. As many as you can.
Setting school policies founded on the UN 70 Sustainable Development Goals.
Okay. Talk about it.
Having students study about these 17 Sustainable Development Goals will help us to have a better chance at accomplishing these goals, as our students will be able to learn about them at a younger age. Thus, they would have more time to think and act on it, as they have been exposed to these things at a younger age.
Wow, that's a good one.
Council and community engagement. It would be it would be better for the council if they were able to take some time to have to organize an event that will allow them to engage with the community, as this would be able, this event would be able to bring the people of the community a greater sense of belonging, because they feel that they are included in what the council is doing, and thus it will bring a greater sense of belonging.
Exactly. When you get people to involve, to dirty their hands to feel about what is sustainability and climate change, they begin to start, oh my God, I didn't know I got such a strong impact to this climate change. Imagine one person has such a big impact. Can you imagine 100,000 or even 10 million people? They will have a biggest impact of the whole entire earth, right? So this is one way. Okay, I think, okay, good enough. You can take a break already. Thanks. Daniel, your turn.
All right.
You can choose anyone.
No need all, right? All right. So
advisable is all if you can. That
okay.
will be good to train you.
I'll do slowly, one by one. All right. So I'll start out with training for staff. So
training what?
Training for staff.
Okay.
That one is like what you said, something about like the outward bound, which is I'm pretty sure I might be the only one who have went for now. I think because Hanling doesn't have. So yeah, the OBS, right? They had to like first I'm pretty sure the staff members must be like quite buff. So because all the one I went there, like all of them were like quite fit, like either very jacked or like at least have some muscles. And training for staff, and also like they also like they have to be taught on what to do in some scenario, and like they have to plan activities like how we kayak from like Pulau Ubin all the way to what's that the Punggol Park. So they have to like make sure like you have to make sure contact the like Singapore government for like the sea, so that like we make sure we can go and travel and it's like safer, something like that. So then I'll go out, council and community management. This one have like two. One is normal life, which is like your Bedok community councils, all those Singapore community councils, or our school student councils. So like there's like quite a few category under that, and each of them is like they are just meant to make sure everything in like, let's say for school councils and student council and like community, or they are just make sure that students like they imply a rule so that students don't break it. So like let's say like, oh, no using mobile phone during lesson time. Then they say it and they will try and make sure everyone follow it and they will catch
Wow.
anyone who like
Got everyone follow.
thing. No,
Still got
definitely
people-
not. Definitely not. Because there's some but they will make sure most people can follow at least.
Then how
Anyone
if
list.
those people don't follow, they still
Or
use the
some like no, actually no, some student council don't actually do anything. We actually do not really do anything about that. We just focus more on like bullying and stuff. The no using phone is quite hard to
Yeah, Lord, that's why.
it. That's hard. That one that like only if like your teachers catch you, then they will do something. But if
Aiyo,
not,
too late-
usually
too
student
late
council
already.
do not really do
Yeah,
anything.
too late already that by the time. It's true. Okay.
Wait, the above one is curriculum development drawing
Yes.
on local. So is that like
Effectively-
your CCE lesson or something like that?
Sort of to talk about
Uh,
skills and taking care of environments.
yeah, that one is something I think school lacks because we only do that for my school is like we only do that in our CC lessons, and it's not even like confirmed that we'll do it because we will sometimes we'll go on some values, sometimes we'll do in values in action and stuff. So yeah, it's like probably 1 month at least confirm 1-2 times at least, which is too less. So but they are always talking about roughly the same. So I think it gets
Oh.
like yeah, because all it talks about at most just share some recent news, share some maybe new methods if there is. If not, then it's mostly just the same thing.
You see,
Yeah.
not much, right? Only a few here and there.
Not
but
much. In the
nothing
end, it's
lah.
still the same thing.
Yeah, okay, but better than nothing. Sometimes it's a reminder. Yes, okay.
And the leadership and organization commitment similar to the council and community is just your higher role, higher like council and community is like the basic ones like they are like I guess you can just say they are like just normal people like work. They are just like normal workers and that's it. But yeah. And then the leadership and organization commitment is like more towards like how do I say boss CEO types, like you're the one leading your group and you cannot like just abandon them halfway through their
Wow,
things. So,
they can boss you around.
yeah, boss, but not in the bad way of bossing. Like they just say, "Oh, you do this," and then after that, like try and stall, and then group B do that, group C do that.
Okay,
Not like the very bad boss. Like say, "Oh, you better finish everything today.
Very
If not, you
boss,
don't go home."
yeah,
Yeah,
not
just
bad.
normal, just like not really. I won't say boss. I just say more of a leader, just giving out instructions for the team to work together. Not boss.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay. Setting school policies founded on the UN 17. What's that?
it's a kind of a point that 17 things you can do to save the environments.
That one can I skip because I do not really know much about it.
If fine.
Okay. Link to other strategies such as anti-racism and disadvantages. I don't understand how it can roughly link, but I guess you can say they can also do that. I mean, like our school do talk about racism and stuff in our CC lesson once in a while. So yes, that works. Just maybe like
Yeah,
maybe
it can work.
they should do like more of it and show like some examples of
Exactly.
racism. Cause I feel like some people like misunderstand the meaning of racism. Cause like it do you like I don't expose myself, but sometimes me and my friend we get racist. It's like it's funny because like we will just understand it like with a different
Oh.
race and then they just
Oh my
understands it. No, but sure, if they understand and they laugh at it, but they agree, but they are okay with it, it's fine. But only when like
Yeah, true.
it's like between friend group, but then you cannot use it against other people. Like cannot say the
Correct.
same thing to the teachers out. If not, you're gonna get
Or even in another student that you don't know.
yeah, do not
Yeah.
know. Then just try not to make any racist remarks. So that's why I feel like they need to tell in school because they don't really do that in school. So like the school needs to say like where's how far you can go
Where
with
to
your
draw the
jokes.
line.
Yeah, where to draw
where
the
to
line.
draw
Like,
the
how
line,
far?
it's
Yeah,
true.
where to draw the line. Yeah. And
Okay.
yeah, okay. Young people voice and agency. I guess that's fine, but not everyone. Young people is like including us. It's like us students or
Yeah,
what, or like
definitely.
young adults.
Yeah, definitely you are the one.
For this one, I say like, I guess it was some people just tend to not like. They're just scared and they're just still scared, even though like say it's fine, you respect their opinion, but some of them just do not wish to say they are like what they want to do in the future or something like that.
Very true.
Some others will like gladly do it and like say what because it's like quite unique to hear. like nice to hear their dreams, but
Depends.
for this one, I say it's quite hard. Because some people, like no matter how much you force them, they just rather keep it to themselves. But so honestly, we can only respect their opinion. I mean, like not their opinion, their actions. If they do not wish to speak, we should not force them, lah. Yeah.
Isn't it
So
good?
that's
Isn't it good that when you're not well, or if you say it out, you feel better, right? You have a channel to de-stress yourself rather than keep it to yourself, ma.
keep it to yourself. Yeah,
Right. Okay. Fair
it is
enough.
better, but some people just choose to keep it to themselves.
That's very
If it like
sad.
it's like very traumatic, lah. Like yeah.
没有话讲，没有话讲。
Yeah. Okay. Then I think I'm done with all other than that
Thank
one
you.
setting school policy on. Right.
Okay, it's my turn. So first, let's start with training for staff as well. Okay, so like when it comes to like environmental education, training for staff is a bit unnecessary. Most people join this sector because they're like passionate about spreading these like environmental care things, lah. So I don't think anyone actually comes in like and sees it as, oh, it's a future career path for me. I think most of them just really care a lot for the environment. And then for like council and community engagement, is pretty simple. Like, of course, education already is like a council and community engagement thing.
Yes.
You gather like one big group of people, and then you using a small group of people, you try to educate them on what your ideals are. It's a pretty widespread concept. And curriculum development on effective local learning. This one is well, people know of it, but not every country implements it, sadly. Which leads like a lot of countries are like, oh yeah, our how does this
It's quite true that what you say, because
okay, let's put it this way. We know that our country's resources are going to die, but it's not like we can do much about it, right? Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Like that's what a lot of countries seem to be like right now.
But why not? You can do something about it. That's why now they are giving.
No, like a lot of countries, we can't do anything about it. They can tell us, oh, our Samarkand landfill is going to die soon. They're telling us to like reduce our waste, right? But we aren't really actually doing that much about it. Think about it.
Correct, it's true. We still throw in even more rubbish.
Yeah.
哎呦，真的 very true. Carry on. Very good point.
And then next would be leadership and organizational commitment.
Yeah,
I think it's the same as before. Like you because you're passionate about it, you join, and like eventually you work your way up to like the ranks, and you become like, oh yeah, I'm now kind of like a leader within this sector.
Yes.
And setting school policy. Okay, this one again is pretty like, I don't know about the 17 policies, but come on, which school actually implements this? None of the schools exactly.
That's why I say, because it's just only for like CCE, BIA, unless this topic 70 points is going to be tested in O level or is an examinable subject, then wow, I tell you, the principal will put in all the resources inside already. You'll get the best teachers and even experiments, or even send you for overseas trips to understand one of the few pointers to be a part of your learning curve. True.
And then last but not least, I don't have much to talk about other than Young People's Voice and Agency. You know Greta Thunberg, right? Yeah, she's kind of like the Young People's Voice, like the representative for Young People's Voice now.
Who's that?
You know the one who keeps it, the one with like a red ass face.
No,
and she always looks
actually
angry.
no. Actually, I think I kind of know, but at the same time, no. Yes and no at the same time.
What happened to the
Just
guy?
send a name. Just send the name. Just send a name in chat so I can search.
Greta
Because I'm pretty
Thunberg.
sure I heard of her. Because I'm pretty sure you talked about it on this Zoom before.
Okay.
I remember, and yeah.
I think that's how you spell it. Oh, Greta. That's an auto. Bro, my autocorrect.
Great.
My autocorrect, bro. No, it's actually my autocorrect won't let me type out the word Greta, but it's Greta.
Oh, it's just TA.
Is that a girl? That girl?
Yeah,
it's a girl, it's
Swedish
a girl. It's the red
activist.
face,
Oh
it's the red
yeah,
face.
no.
The lady who will talk about environmental friendly, right?
Yeah, it's the red face.
Is it the one who asked the China people not to use chopstick?
Yeah, it's that one. It's on. Oh, your chopsticks are polluting the environment. Wow.
I mean, she's only 20 years old.
No,
So I guess you can consider her as young lah.
Yeah.
No, she just want to get the limelight, the spotlight, to be honest.
I think she's a bit annoying, not gonna lie.
Yeah, she want to get the limelight.
Do you mean she just want attention?
Yeah, definitely.
You
I
just
feel
want
that. I feel that.
attention.
I
You
feel
don't
that.
want my heart. Maybe you just hate the
Try
thought
mute
of
him, mute him,
you,
try mute him, mute
someone
him.
new.
I think what he's singing is quite true. The lyrics tells everything. True, no, I think sickening. Not you, honey, not you sickening. I think
No,
that,
no.
yeah. No, I'm not referring to you, honey. I'm referring to a girl. It's very sickening. You're telling people to not to use chopstick. You say, hello, excuse me. We've been using chopstick for thousands of years. Go and get a fat right, please, for goodness sake. Right.
They've been using it for like very, very long, and
And then
asking
you
them to
don't,
stop makes no sense.
yeah, even chopstick is made of bamboo or made of wood now. It still can be recycled, correct? Not like plastic chopstick, correct? Yeah, so okay.
Plus, it's part of the Chinese culture.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
like it's like then her telling you to do that is like asking you to break your own culture rules, and yeah.
yeah, that's why it's like very sickening. That's why I say it's very sickening. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for the three of you. Your beautiful contributions and make that even though you're not writing, by saying it, you are actually getting a feel of what you're going to write for this essay. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, what is an example of climate sustainability? Tell you.
All right. What is an example of climate sustainability? Climate action. Acting now to stop global warming. Life below water. Avoiding the use of plastic bags to keep the ocean clean. Life on land. Planting trees to help protect the environment. Responsible consumption and production. Recycling items such as paper, plastic, glass, and aluminium.
Can we do that? Can we really do this? Can we really recycle this? Is it good even after the recycle process?
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people go, oh, recycle this, recycle that, recycle this,
But do
recycle
you
that.
think is
Even after recycling
Wait.
itself produces a lot of issues already.
Wait, I
And
have
then
one
the
question.
process of recycling,
Where does it go?
it just goes to recycling plant, gets squashed up into a big box, and then repurposed
the machines
Yeah.
will kind of regenerate the whole entire thing. I've seen it before.
But guys, think about this. Think about it this way. Let's say let's say we produce 10 paper, and after we recycle it. At which, if there's 10 paper, it will use 10. Let's say it will use 10 batteries to do the squash the 10 paper. So how about we don't do that? We just throw away the paper, save the battery.
Okay. I know where you come from. I know where you come from.
Yeah, so
now might as well don't recycle it, right? Because you still have to use energy to do it, right?
yeah, it costs especially if you are saying factories, and then might use a lot of electricity and stuff.
You got
and
a
if
point.
that's what is it gonna make into? It's not like they're gonna remake the thing, like the paper will become paper again.
Sometimes it look like paper, like the toilet paper.
No, paper can become paper again.
The toilet paper is made of recycle, but sometimes, I don't know. Even the water that we have, new water is also recycled water. Yeah.
I mean, some can like recycling items. Like, let's say you don't want your glass. Maybe you feel like it's old and you're trying to change your whole what's that? Something like that. And after the old glass, you can give it to someone who can reuse it. And then treat as their own cup. Then that one can But others, it feels very weird to recycle. But
true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the next one. Tell you.
All right. Why is climate change a threat to sustainability? Sea level are rising and ocean are becoming warmer. Longer, more intense droughts threaten crops, wildfire, and freshwater supplies. From polar bear in the Arctic to marine turtles off the coast of Africa, our planet diversity of life is at risk from the changing climate.
Very true, If we are not going to do some things, not all these animals will die in extinct, but we as humans are going to indirectly or maybe future directly affected.
Everyone's gonna die.
Yeah. Okay, back to you, Gerald.
The remove tariff.
Okay, create and find the best fresh cut for climate change and sustainability. So let's get started now. Remove tariff, go.
Remove tariff on environmental goods. Tariffs are currently used on environmental goods. They are taxes appointed by a government on goods that are imported, thus increasing the cost of goods and the competitiveness of domestic goods. These goods include renewable energy, adjusting air pollution, waste control, and other methods that attempt to protect the environment and climate.
So tariff is like putting a taxes on it on certain goods. So you're going to learn this in next year social study about goods and services and taxes in chapter 9, 8 and 9 as well as maybe a bit of 10. 10 should be. So these taxes are putting it, does it really help? Does it make sense? Does it help you to get to know those environment goods should not be taxed, should be free tax so that people can use it much more better? Because once the goods are taxed, you are increasing the buying power. Because once the goods is eco-friendly goods are taxed, that means their cost will be higher, right? Carry on. ACCTS intention are
ACCTS intentions are to remove these tariffs on environmental goods to make it easier for countries to achieve environmental and climate protection.
yeah, I tell you, you know, right, Han Ling, my cousin Elon Musk recently come out for Tesla car in Singapore, right? You know, there's one TikTok very funny, Gerald and Han Ling I tell you. So this driver was like this. Look at me.
No
He was
problem.
sleeping. 他睡觉嘞，他讲。Then the TikTok that guy, I think, is not sleeping. He's filming that the driverless car is still driving. Then the fellow is all sleeping behind the wheels, like sleeping very soundly. But the car is still traveling in a very, very smooth condition.
I mean, it is Tesla. I mean, as advertised, auto driving. So, nothing much to say about that.
But if let's say now, you know, Elon Musk is a very freak guy, business guy, which is good. But then again, if you were to come out that kind of car like environmental cars or something, BYD, now you know BYD. If you go to BYD, you type BYD. It's an eco-friendly car. I mean, seriously, Gerald, do you want to really want to take a car? Even though they say that environment friendly, and then your this car, the Elon Musk car, the Tesla car, no need to pump petrol, no need to charge with electricity, but all you need to do, Gerald, is that every day, let's say you're married now, you afford to have a car, Gerald. Han Ling tell you, listen, see whether you want to vote. Let's vote. So now no need to use petrol, no need to use solar energy, no need wind or water energy. Use what? Shit or rubbish energy.
I mean, to be fair, that is a pretty good innovation. Like we just turn our waste into something useful. That's like every man's dream, right? Right? Exactly.
If you watch the Back to the Future Part 2, they use those garbage, those are like banana skins, all the overnight food, and throw it inside to the car and generate energy. Gerald, do you want to buy this kind of car?
Yes? I think it depends on how the car looks like.
No, very nice.
Bro, only
looks
cares about look.
Look like Lamborghini, like a sport car, or a very good, decent like
Bugatti.
Or Bulgaria, no lah.
Bugatti.
Nice Volvo car or Mercedes, that kind of look. Okay. Would you want to buy?
Okay, lor.
Can, right? Oh, not bad, right?
Yeah.
Then you save your petrol consumption. No need. All you need to do is overnight all your rubbish you're going to generate into energy. Possible. Okay. So let's talk about this. Han Ling, thank you. Improve eco-labeling.
Improve eco-labeling. Eco-labeling is a way of categorizing products so that consumers can identify how sustainable or environmentally friendly a product is. The labels vary, but examples include how much pollution or energy consumption occurs as a consequence of the production of the product. ACCT aims to improve the quality of eco-labels, as many labels currently lack clarity and are often accused of greenwashing. The addition of improved eco-labels will ensure companies are being as environmentally friendly as possible.
I know recently I drink those canned drinks. They show ABC, right? I'm not sure you know, like Gerald.
That's a Nutri-Grade thing, isn't it?
They will show A is the most with high sugar content. Then the D will be less sugar content, or is it the other way around? I don't know.
No, it's the other way around. A means the healthiest and D means the
so same. Now with this one, if you buy something, what happened to your tenure? Or you're scared? I got your camera down again. So imagine now what happened now if you buy food, they show this kind of stuff. A means you are very eco-friendly, D is the worst, or C is whatever, or B is like that. Do you think it's a good idea, honey?
I think it's not a bad idea.
Good, huh?
I wouldn't say it's good or bad, but it's just not bad because like if there's like a
Awareness.
bunch of if like there's a bunch of labels on your drink saying how healthy or unhealthy it is, wouldn't you be like a little annoyed at least?
Yeah, it's good to have a bit of alertness, awareness, and attention, right? To be self-disciplined or to make sure that you don't
Yeah,
take.
but wouldn't you be the least bit annoyed looking at this thing over all of your canned drinks or packet drinks?
Definitely, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a mix of like, oh, we want it to be effective, but we also don't want to piss the entire population of Singapore off at the same time.
Okay. Who is a smoker here?
You.
Me. No, I'm joking.
Hey,
I'm joking.
hey.
We are all smoker. Okay. You know, Gerald,
Second-hand smoker. I'm
No,
pretty sure
Gerald.
something like that.
No.
It's like if you're exposed.
Okay, Gerald, you know the smoker. There's this when you buy cigarette, like outside the cover, they show a very disgusting figure about the baby dying or this. I'm not sure.
Or like your lungs or something like that.
Yeah. Then the distorted face, and kind of things. To kind of create awareness and draw your attention. If you smoke some more, your whole body, your loved one will be like that. But honestly, Gerald, Daniel, and Honey, nobody give a damn.
They'll just smoke. They'll just smoke.
If they want to buy, they just buy. They don't really care what happens to them. They just want to enjoy their life now and later.
So, Honey, to answer your question, like the drinks will be this affecting, not true. Sometimes we just don't even care at all. Hello, even that guy got diabetes, high sugar, they still drink. I got a friend like that. After drinking, you have to inject insulin into his body to prevent the sugar level. So what's the point? I said, huh? You inject insulin and still want to take coke. You know what he said to me? 你不要讲, you leave me alone, okay, lor? Since you want to do that, then okay. Next paragraph, please. Honey.
All right. Greenwashing is when a business promotes its products with misleading information, suggesting that the product is more environmental friendly than it actually is.
Yeah, correct. So sometimes
I think that is a pretty big threat to like the environment and stuff. Because like, oh, you won't know. It's not like you'll ever know. But they know. They know that they're scamming you. They know that they're cheating you.
I would say depends. If you really that they, it's just like recently you all like durian, Gerald, you like durian, Tianyu and Harley. No,
I don't I won't say I won't say at the start. Just my parents buy
I
then
don't like durian. So I don't.
Recently got this scamming in the website or in the online saying that you buy the Mao San one durian, you get a good price. End up it was being conned that it was not Mao San one. So again, you see, you're right. Sometimes these environmental things people want to say that, oh, this product is eco-friendly. This product is advocate to save the Mother Earth. This product is a campaign where we want to reduce climate change into a very, but end up actually is bullshit. Everything maybe not real, they cover up. Yeah, possible. Tianyu, your turn.
All right. Energy is crucial in terms of climate change. This is because some energy resources can contribute to negative environmental impacts such as global warming and therefore climate change, and others can reduce the impact of climate change.
What others ways that you can reduce climate change? I think the war is one of the reasons.
Agreeable.
Yeah, war, like look at Hiroshima and Nagasaki and some of the very big wars that beside the Ukraine and Russia. Okay, you haven't seen the even worse war before. So that is one reason that caused the impact of climate change. And also when people are overfishing and overpopulation in certain groups, like in India, for example, okay, they will be polluting the Ganges rivers. You know, the rivers, to them, the river is a very holy, very sacred, like God give rivers, the river of life. But end up this river it's being polluted ever since the day one until now, and people bathe.
Honestly, okay. Because like people they over because this river is holy, I bathe in it, right? This river is I pee in it. This river is holy, I do everything in it. Everyone has the same mindset, and what happens is they pollute the river. Yeah, very simple.
Now, but you see, if they are educated enough, knowing that doing all these things will pollute the river, it end up become a toxic river, not a tonic river. A tonic means it would improve your health. It become a toxic river, and you say, hello, it becomes your skin got disease and it doesn't make sense, right? Because this river is supposed to give you holiness, blessing you in good health, and now it become cancerous. And because of that, I think the government has, can't do much of the things. If they were to intervene, and they might think that they are destroying the gods, and religions are the one very tricky, very sticky, and very sensitive issue. And if you do anything to the religion, the whole entire communities or organizations, the whole entire population will go against you. Possible, right? So then again, it's like, how are we going to take care of this the river in India? Are we going to educate them? But even though you educate them, they still believe this is supposed to be like that. Don't worry lah. I know the river is dirty. As long as God bless me, I know I will be safe. Okay.
I mean, you aren't wrong. That's kind of their mindset. That is kind of their mindset.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Unfortunately, that's kind of their mindset.
All right, that's why I say no, don't worry. No, the river will bless me. I know the river is filthy, dirty. I can see. I'm not blind. Oh, excuse me. I saw that person shitting there, animal carcasses floating in the river. But fine, God will bless me. Bless him, and then finally, he go to heaven. He raised to heaven. Back to you, honey. Is it honey or Tenyu? Tenyu, right?
Yeah. For example, non-renewable energy such as coal, oil, gas, and nuclear are finite energy resources. They are just finite resources. Energy resources. They are unsustainable and contribute to global warming, which leads to climate change. On the other hand, sustainable energy refers to renewable energy such as solar, wind, wave, biomass, geothermal, and hydroelectrical. This type of energy is clean, and because it does not produce greenhouse gas emission, these sustainable energies will therefore reduce the amount of pollution and greenhouse gas emission, ultimately helping to reduce the effects of climate change.
So this is a very good sentence. It tells you that sustainable energies refer to renewable energy like solar energy or wind energy. Okay, all this is renewable. That means it will not die off unless Mother Earth suddenly one day gets sick and that's it. No wind, no water, no solar. Not possible. That if that's the day to come, that means it's Armageddon, the end of the world. Final countdown already. Bye-bye. I'll see you in the next line, or don't know where, which line. So these energies are used in order to reduce, and not true, no. Gerald, Hanling, I tell you. Recently, I saw in TikTok, there's some people who get rid of their solar panel. Solar panel is to attract energy, right?
It's supposed to be like really good.
Yeah, but because of over the years, they might be overused it, or expire already, or dirty or decay or don't know what. So they're gonna expose, not expose as expose, should I use the word expose, dispose all these solar panels. But then again, it's metal and the plastic or whatever it is, so is it back to square one? Are they going to clear this one? Are they going to clear all these solar things within overnight that you can really will not have an effect on the Mother Earth? So we're not sure, right? Okay. Urban sustainability and climate change. Okay, back to you, Gerald. Your turn. Yes.
As the world continues to develop, urban expansion is occurring. Urban areas can cause negative impacts on the natural world, such as suburban sprawl, poor sanitation, poor air and water quality, large ecological footprints in cities, high amounts of energy used, and climate change.
That reminds me, Gerald, when you're reading this, you remind me during the 1950s and 1960s, when Singapore was back to normal life after World War II, when the British took over. Do you know a lot of places, I tell you, I still got see people 倒那个粪, people carrying the shit bucket. If you watch the Tiam Tiam 时代, you will know what I mean. You carry the bucket of shit. Have you watched the movie called the Tiam Tiam 时代?
I'm pretty sure I did. That's the only movie I watched with my parents.
They carry the shit, the shit, and then suddenly.
Or like if they need shit, right? They can only go to one location.
Can you so pathetic? And the one toilet is shared by so many people. And last time where got bigger to wash your ass one? Don't even have the toilet paper or so nice or environments. So this is something we have to take into consideration. There are a lot of countries out there. What Gerald is reading, it reminds me of the past of Singapore. Today they come all the way here. There's changed a lot. Even now in a shopping center, in a coffee shop, those HDB coffee shop, I believe their toilets has really improved quite a lot compared to my generation now. You don't even dare to go in. I tell you, Gerald. Hey, imagine your stomach, you go to the toilet and outside all the shit, the toilet paper, wow, with cockroaches were running about. I tell you, actually your stomach ache was very bad, honey. But looking at it, I think your ass will keep in the shit and say, I think I'll go home and shit. You don't feel like shitting in the toilet bowl.
I mean, for me, I still do not wish to shit outside of my house. Like the toilet is like very, very clean, and you can tell. If not, I usually do not like.
Yeah, exactly. So what happened? What happened next time we go to other country, like, who really have poor sanitations, poor toilet, 笑了，我们不用大便，我们要回去 hotel 大便。Okay, carry on, Gerald.
Urbanization.
Urbanization.
What?
Urbanization.
Urbanization is causing adverse effects of climate change, such as extreme weather, which can further impact urban areas. Consequently,
Okay, you realize sorry, you see they use the word consequently, eventually, subsequently, definitely, eventually. Okay, what else? Concurrently, all these the the adverbs. You realize that means you're saying that, okay, as the time goes by, as the years go by, we still need to constantly to make sure that our environment is safe. But urbanization is where, city is the one way to create pollution, because a lot of gases, emissions, pollutions are from the car, from the industrial, all these burning. Why? Because it's all about human. The human need all these things. That's why it causes it. Okay, it's not the animals do that. Okay, Kara? Yes, Gerald? Infrastructure?
Oh, I forgot to unmute.
Oh, no problem.
Consequently, the infrastructure and energy and water supplies to urban areas can be impacted as a result of climate change. Subsequently, urban sustainability aims to make sustainable solutions for urban areas to ensure suitable living conditions that benefit society and its economy,
whilst
simultaneously reducing the effect urban areas have on climate change.
So simultaneously, I see you realize you use the word concurrently, subsequently, simultaneously. All this tells you that it's an eventual, is continuously as a result, therefore, thus, and so on and so forth. In fact, as a matter of fact, so when you're writing your essay, it's good to use the word like subsequently, concurrently, consequently, all these things, or simultaneously. All these words, Let's move on. Hanning, just now was 10 you reading, right? 10 you read, right, just now? Hanning, your turn.
Climate change and sustainability. Key takeaways. Climate change and sustainable development both play a role in shaping the human and environmental factors of the world. Governments, companies, and members of the public can contribute to environmental sustainability. LCCTS is an initiative launched by 5 countries to tackle environmental challenges, specifically combating the issue of climate change. Sustainable forms of energy can help tackle the global issue of climate change.
I realize these 4 points that Hanning read is very true. That this country who came out, this X, ACTTS called X, is actually want to tackle their environmental issue. I won't be surprised these 5 countries will involve like China, India, Brazil, Japan, maybe and US or United Kingdom. Okay, these are the countries that really needs to, because they are the biggest population in the world, and they might want to really see how to take the social responsibility to make sure that all these are in place, not to overblown it and end up make other people to suffer. So there is a social responsibility and a duty to do that. Okay, carry on. Next point. Yes, Hanning, thank you.
Urban sustainability faces challenges in suburban sprawl, sanitation and water quality, ecology footprints, energy use, and climate change.
So because of city life, you realize the neon lights, the traffic lights, the horning, the gas carbon monoxides, the cigarette, the beer, and people barbecue, people cooking, and then the street throwing the rubbish, and the place are very filthy with dirty waters. These all will cause not just the footprints of ecological, but also cause a very heavy footprint for future generation to clean off this footprint and make sure that this environmental issue will not continue for many generations. But sad to say, urbans, when you stay in city, there's no way, right? It's a rat race. Okay, so we talk about this already. Frequently asked questions, climate change and sustainability. Back to you, Tianyu. Why climate change? Wait, let me see. Still got how many more before we do? Yeah, okay, there's a bit more. Let's go. Yes, Tianyu.
All right. Why are climate change and sustainability important? Climate change is important because it is a major global issue. Sustainability is important because it can help to reduce the issues that climate change present on society.
On one hand, it's going to create issue for the earth, to destroy the mother earth, and maybe makes mother earth to get sick. On the other hand, we want to have sustainability to make sure that we will continue to give vitamins, continue to make the earth to exercise more, continue to pump up iron, continue to make the mother earth to be more strong by putting more trees, more environmental friendly. But you see, there's always three groups. One group is always support the environmental. The other group is really against it. They don't care. Who cares? I just live my day after day. That's it. The third groups are people caught in between, that they know that they need to be sustainable in order to let the next future generation to grow. But at the same time, they are also the culprit, the main culprits, that they are the one also involved climate change by doing not good things to the earth. Like for example, they use plastic, they turn on the aircon instead of 25 to 26 degrees, they turn it to 21 degrees, so it's super hot. Or even when you get out of your bathroom, you did not switch off the light or heater, things like that. Okay, next, carry on.
What's the difference between sustainability and climate change? Hey, what? Oh, and it's the same. The difference between climate change and sustainability is that climate change is creating issue on Earth, and sustainability is creating solution to issues on Earth.
So I purposely cut and paste from the Googles and other parts to tell you the relationship between sustainability and climate change. Next one.
Okay. Okay. What are sustainable development and climate change? Sustainable development is ensuring development so that the resources are available for future generations. Climate change is the change in climate impact over a period of time.
I think someone, was it Gerald or Hanning, was saying that it's going to pass down to the next generations, the future generations to uphold it. So you realize that Tianyu, Hanning, and Gerald, you realize that all these climate pollution issues has been created by our forefathers, at least 3 generations in front of us. Your great grandfather, 3 generations. To me, that's why they cause now the earth is like that. Why? Is that their fault? Not really partly their fault, but you have to understand, during their generation, they have 2 wars. The war itself already create an environmental issue already, climate change already. Okay? And the next thing is that during that time, they got also overpopulations, and that is where industrial revolution took place in 1900s that time. Okay, so that is another reason. So you come on, guys, we cannot deny the fact that they are the great grandfather who passed it down to us. So now our generation, are we going to pass it to the next generation and let them to suffer?
Yes.
Huh? You want to let them suffer? You very bad.
Sure. Just I mean, I would say I won't let them. I don't want to make them suffer a lot, but they have to learn. They have to suffer a bit If not, let's say if we clear all the problem now, and then in the future it starts again, they won't know how to like counter it. So yeah.
There's a
have
saying,
to-
a saying.
Yeah, that's a saying. That's a saying. Like a Chinese saying also, I think.
Weak. Tough times make strong man.
Yeah, tough time makes strong man. Strong man makes
Make easy times. Easy times.
yeah, and then easy time makes
make
weak man. And
Weak
then
man
weak
make
man
tough
makes
time.
tough time. And then yeah, and then the whole cycle.
And then the cycle repeats. So yeah, we are having the easy life now. Our forefathers did everything for us. And if we don't fix it now, our next generation is going to be the same
gonna have
cycle all over
harder.
again. Yeah, it's going to get.
Gerald, you agree not? You guys are having an easy life. I quite agree with you, no, honey. Gerald, do you agree now? Are you all having an easy life now? Are you already what?
I think
Ah,
the problems just changed lah. Like
oh,
back then it was a different problem, now it's a different problem.
but it still revolves the same issue, right? Same problem. It's just like
The issue is that we don't adapt fast enough. The moment we manage to adapt to the current
Another
problem, there's going to be a
arises.
next problem.
Yeah, another arises.
I see. It's like 来不及解决现在的问题，已经另外一个问题就出现了。
Yes.
就是说没完没了这样。Okay, I quite agree. Why? Because it's if you fail to plan to fail. There's no perfect plan, but you need a contingency and a good plan. Okay, thank you. Gerald, your turn.
What do you understand about climate change and sustainability? Climate change impacts society in a multitude of ways, and sustainability can find solutions that can reduce the impacts that climate change faces on the environment. What is the relationship between sustainable development and climate change? The relationship between development and climate change is that sustainable development can be beneficial in reducing the impacts of climate change.
So which one do you think is more important? Is it climate change impacts society in multitude ways, or is it the relationship between the development and the climate change is that sustainable development can this? Which one do you think? You think this one is more important than this one, the statements? So the same thing. When you're writing in your essay, which one do you think is up to you? You can copy, but for me, I think the second one is much more serious because the relationship between the development and climate change is that sustainable development is important. It's the benefit to reduce the impact. Whereas the first one says climate change has an impact on the multitude of ways, and sustainability can find solution. Not true, not all the sustainability can find answer to reduce the impact. But there is definitely the second one. Is the beneficial that it can help. It benefit you, that's why you will want to reduce your climate change. If it's not benefit to you, why should I want to continue to support reduce the use of plastic or carry my own tote bag instead of asking for NTUC to give me more plastic bag? So this is one way I feel like this sentence. Okay, if you know, you can write down somewhere if you want to for your essay writing. I think this will be the last one here. Yes, Gerald.
How are climate change and sustainability affecting our community? Climate change is affecting our community by placing pressures on society, the economy, and the environment due to rising temperatures, rising sea levels, and extreme weather. Sustainability is more positive in affecting our community as it helps to reduce these effects caused by climate change and ensure that resources will be available for future generations.
Exactly. You see, the resources must be available for your next generation. You guys tell me that there's already a set of problem. Before we can cover and address the problem, another few set of problem coming in. It's like May 1, it's continuous having this problem. But yes, I quite agree, I say, but it's how you're going to manage and plan it. So same thing for climate change. You cannot say, oh, this is it. The forefather give us this problem. We're going to deal with it. We're going to live with it. We're going to suck it up. We're going to just do what we can. No, we have to find solutions. Like what you say, what is available for the next few generations. This is to show that how much you want to love your next few generations. If you don't want them to be suffer like what easy life you are having now, then you have to come up with some solution if possible. If not, then Okay lah. Anyway, it's also my next few generations also, right? So you must do something about it to make sure that it's safe. Okay. In June, you are now a BBC News reporter covering the topics of the sustainability and climate change. And I say on sustainability and climate change is that is climate change affecting sustainability? So here we are, we have the aims, the starting of the introductions from each and individual one. So a quick ones, let's read through yours, Gerald.
Read through the paragraph I wrote.
Your own, yeah.
We are racing towards the extinction of our species. We not only lack dominion over nature, we are subordinate to it. This quote tells us that the world is not ours to command, and we should leave things the way they were when we came. Global warming has become a big issue that we have started. Consequently, we should end it. Instead of further corrupting the environment, we can discuss about various ways climate change can be contained and controlled.
Okay, so you're going to talk about paragraph 1. Let's start, you see. So an essay on sustainability, introductions, you see paragraph 1, look at here. I give you some idea already, right? Is there any more? Okay. So you can think about this one, sustainability equal to health and climate change. It's linked, be a mascot about climate change you can. So Han-Ling, your turn. The world is forever.
All right. The world is forever changing place. When the decisions we make dictate is the fate of our world, and the fate of the world is our fate. Our every action has its own unique consequence, and we must do something about it to change the fate of the world. If we don't do anything about our world now, in the future, the damage we did may be irreversible, and our future generations have to deal with the fallout. So let's talk about how we deal with climate change.
Okay, so the two of you can start preparing your paragraph 1 already. You have to type. Back to you, Hanning. Tian-Yu, sorry. Climate change.
Climate change has been a very popular topic for possibly a decade. Okay, already. Yet no solution has been found for this topic. We need to understand the meaning of climate change. Climate change means the world temperature is constantly on the rise. This world is ours. Our climate change isn't something that came out from thin air. It comes from us. We have to change this world so that our future generation can experience a pleasant place and not a hellish place. So what can we do to prevent climate change from affecting our world sustainability?
Yeah, let's go. Affecting our world sustainability. So you're going to do paragraph 1 today. So this is an introductions. Okay, this is the idea. You can think about it and look through. Okay. Any more? Okay, maybe I make it into the next paragraph easier for you to read. Okay, so you can take this as example and then type it in. I'm going to put inside. I go toilet for a while. I will mute the sound first. So please write down your paragraph 1. You have done your paragraph introduction. Are you all writing? You read through the reason for climate change are attributed to natural factors and human factors. The former refers to solar-terrestrial relationship and interactions and feedbacks within the climate change, while the latter is concerned with greenhouse effects on Earth arising from CO2 emissions and other greenhouse gases generated in the atmosphere. Full stop. By right, this one should be full stop. As a result of human activities, both of which are held to be responsible for global warming. In assessing the extent to which each of these sets of factors is responsible for climate change, the Intergovernmental Panels of Climate Change, IPCC, has produced 4 reports. The conclusions of which are that human activities. I told you, overpopulation with a population of about 90% is a major reason for global warming. As a result, climate change is the United Nations Framework's Conventions on Climate Change is directly defined as caused by human activities directly or indirectly changing the global atmospheric compositions. So this is the diagram. You can see that it affects the health due to climate change. So I'm waiting for yours to come in. Are you all typing? Yes, I believe you are typing on Han Tian Yu and Gerald. Oh, Han, you're very serious. The way you type, you're like, oh, like very serious. Like the judge like that. Oh. Hello, don't be so serious lah. Holiday only, come on. Aiyo. Come on, we got 10 more minutes. Can you send it to me now? Gerald, you typing? I mean, yeah. You writing? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Gerald. Not to be too short, I didn't mean that because you must at least got 100 words to write. So how many words you have here? You only got 61 words, my dear. Too short. Too short, huh? You can add on some more would be good. Anyone? If you can create a mascot, would be good. Ning and Tian Yu, already?
So I think I mentioned this issue already. Like, no one talks deeply about this, so it's very difficult to like come up with a lot of new content.
Sure, I do not know how many words is mine, so I need you to check for me.
Sorry, I was being interrupted. Can you repeat again, honey? 对不起. Sorry, because suddenly I want to hear, I can't hear you, sorry. What do you say?
It's fine.
Huh?
I was just gonna take a bit more time to write.
Huh?
I'm just gonna take a bit more time to write.
Oh, okay.
Sure, how many words is mine?
Wait, 58.
58.
Yes. Gerald got 68, you got 58.
Okay, wait.
please add on another 10 words for Gerald, another 20 words for, in fact, 20 to 30 words for Tianyu. Gerald, you can add in another 20 words. Tianyu will be about, say, 30 words, okay? Okay, I saw yours coming. Well done. Very good. Okay, this time will be definitely more than that. Yeah, thank you. I saw it. Thank you, Gerald. Cannot check it out. Okay, thank you. 111 words. Well done. Yeah, Gerald, 121 words. Well done. Okay, thank you. Next week we'll go through your paragraph 1 answer, okay? While waiting for our friend Han Ling, then we'll call it a day. Thank you. Who is that? Aning, thank you so much, Aning. Wow, she finish it. Oh, get a good stretch, man, man. Thank you so much. Siami, what's he gonna have here? Wow, 149. That's a lot, man. Well done, guys. Well done. Thank you very, very much for all your contributions. I would love to read it after that, but yeah, good. We've complete on time. So well, up to you. You can still submit your homework in other ways for your essay, but I leave it to you next week. Gerald can tell me now, or you want to tell me later about whether you're coming?
I send in the chat later.
Can. All right. So Tian Yu and Han Ling, tomorrow then I ask you whether you're coming or not, okay?
Okay, good.
Can All right. So